Alright guys, welcome back to Cooking with the Chief. Today we're going to make a 4-cheese tort, especially for all you YouTube viewers out there. Now, enough said about that, let's just get the show on the road. Okay, so now the ingredients that we're going to need. I've got 300 grams of Danish feta. I've got 1.5 kilos, just over 1.5 kilos of fresh riccota cheese. I've got some shredded tasty cheese, a cupful, and the same thing again, a cupful of parmesan cheese. So what else we got here? We've got a spring onion, we've got salt, pepper, we got some puff pastry sheets. We've also got a handful of peas, say a cupful of peas. And last but not least, we've got 5 eggs. So that's pretty much our ingredients to make this tort. And I haven't got it on the screen there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of sesame seed on top. So let's get on with it. Alright, so first what we're going to need to do, we'll crack these 5 eggs. Straight from the farm. Beautiful. Okay, now that we've checked these eggs are all fine, let's just pop them here at the back for a second. Okay, next what I want to do is, we've got our bowl. So what we need to do now, well, we're going to put these cheeses in there. Okay, I've got the ricotta cheese. We'll pop them in there, but I think before I do anything else, because this Danish feta is a bit thicker, we'll just slice this up a little bit. And naturally, when you're making this, there's only one thing to do, and that is to, oh, beautiful. The good part with the Danish feta, it actually adds that bit of saltiness. So just be careful, you're not going to need to add a lot of salt to this, let alone any salt at all. So let's get all this into the bowl. Get that out of the way. All right. So what I'll do now, I'll just get rid of that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to pretty much do is just get a potato masher. We'll go through this like this. You can do this by hand, which is probably a lot easier, but also a little bit more messier. Okay, whoops, oh, bowl nearly went over. All right, now what we're going to do here, we will add our 5 eggs. Now the reason why we use eggs, because the eggs are going to make this recipe rise. In the oven. Look at that orange. How beautiful are those eggs? Straight from the farmer. Pay a little bit more, but like the old saying, you pay for what you get. So they're all getting mixed in. Nice. So next we will add our tasty cheese. That's our third cheese. That goes in. We'll mix that around. Normally, when I worked in Europe, this was predominantly just a riccota cheese torte. I decided to put my own little spin on things. And yeah, it's just become something that is, to me anyway, it's 10 times better. Served with a nice little salad on the side. Okay, as you can see, it's coming up nice and fluffy. So there we go, Parmesan cheese. Now I'm just going to leave a little bit to put on the top later. So in with that. And we'll just keep on mixing that. And now, just some frozen peas. Like I said, a decent handful. Get in there. There we go. So we'll just mix them in with a wooden spoon. Watch your sleeves. Very tasty. Again, I wouldn't say vegan, but vegetarian. Yeah. So it's just an alternative meal from eating meat all the time. Kids will love it. Relatively cheap. We'll be making this pie for, it's again under $20 Australian. It'll serve at least 6 people. So do your maths. You're probably looking at $3.20 each per person. Relatively cheap. All right, so what I'll do now, I'm just going to put this aside and I'm going to chop up the spring onions and put them in. Okay, now for the spring onions, what we're going to do, we want them nice and fine. So it's pretty much like that. Because we are working with cheese, so it's not going to cook the onions all the way through in general. But it just adds that extra flavour. So, but like I said, be mindful, just cut it nice and fine. We'll pop that in there and we'll chop the rest of these up. And it's the old cheese and onion just goes down very well. Blends together perfectly. So, and this is another little thing that I've added to this torte, is basically 3 more cheeses and some spring onions and the peas, because normally they would use broad beans. Traditional recipes would use broad beans. Broad beans are a little bit harder to come by. B, broad beans aren't everyone's cup of tea. So we'll just move that, give that hand a little rinse, bring this back over here. So all I'm going to do at this stage is pretty much a little bit of pepper, this one looks like it's on the way out, another pepper grinder to come by the looks of things. If anyone knows a good quality pepper grinder out there, please in the comments let me know, and where I can get one from, even if it's online, because this one is just about had the gong. All right. Oh, my security dog is at the front. All right, just a little bit extra salt, not a great deal. Like I said, the Danish feta has got enough in there, so that's done. All right, so we'll mix this all through. Oh, it looks so lovely, you can just eat it like that. And mind you, there's nothing wrong in getting a couple of pieces of toast. Oh, a little bit on my finger. A couple of pieces of toast, putting that on top, perfect. Even sprinkle a little bit more cheese, parmesan cheese on top of that, put it in the grill. Beautiful. But anyway, okay, we're done. Next step is, let's get this tray organised with the puff pastry sheets, and we'll go there. Okay, so first of all, we just want to grease our pan. Just with your hands, grease the sides. Just makes it a lot easier to get this out. So when you're looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they are 6 healthy portions, pretty decent sized portions. So you could possibly get 8 out of it. And like I said, for that price, relatively inexpensive and good food. All right, so next we've got these puff pastry sheets off. They all naturally come with a bit of film. So pretty much what we want to do is, we'll start it there. Just lift it up so it comes flush with the sides. That's pretty much what we want. Okay. Next sheet. We want that to be about there, so we're just going to cut this down a little bit. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect because it is a rustic dish, basically. So we just slightly overlap that. Again, we want that to come to that edge. Just press that down a little bit through there. Now, we've got the other sides, so we pretty much want to that line here. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle. So again, we want that just to overlap. Press it down a bit. It's up to there. That's done on that side. Actually, I'll spin that around so you can see what we're doing. That there, so we need it to be about there somewhere. Okay. Same thing again. Make sure that we just overlap. Press everything down. Now we're left with some pieces which are going to fill our sides. So pretty much. And again, we want to just press them down to make sure that we've sealed. So everything's okay. Nothing's going to seep through. That's there. We will look at that. Perfect. Okay, next piece. That. We'll come across over there. We'll work that one into that corner. I'm pretty sure the camera is picking all this up. So we've worked that into that corner, and we've got a little piece here. We'll just do some patchwork. Okay, so that's the base for our torte. All right guys, now that we know that everything is ready to go, just double check everything's nice and sealed. Done, 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 done. Perfect. All right, so let's get our mixture into this dish. Just about there. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. That should just about do it. Oh, where I live, guys, it's absolutely teeming down as we speak. Bucketing rain, but we need the rain. So pretty much now all we've got to do is spread this out evenly. Quite simple. Fill in all the gaps, get into the corners. Not a hard process. Just make sure you've got it all even as much as possible. All right guys, now that we've got it to there, it's quite simple. Look, traditional recipe, they just cover it all up like a pie. I don't like that. That's okay, but I prefer doing things just a little bit different. I do a little bit of lattice work. So all I'm going to do is I've cutting up some of these strips of pastry. So this is pretty much how I get this going. And what this does, it just gives it that look, that next level look. Okay, so we've got to there. We've got a couple of pieces. Doesn't matter if you stretch them out a little bit, it's all good. So we'll get that going. Beautiful. Okay, we've got another piece here. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, but we're not going to need them that long. All right, next piece. Straight across here. As you can see, that's starting to come together well. Okay. Another piece. Say there. We'll pop that one there. We'll pop another piece there. Again, we're not looking to be symmetrical. As you can see, there's a couple of thicker pieces here and there, but that's okay. And we'll do another piece. Over here. You know what? Maybe I do just fix it up just a smidgen. We can fix these up, quite simple. All right, it's a bit more formatable. All right, last piece. We pop this on. Okay. All right, so what I've done now, all I've got here is a little bit of egg wash. So I've just whisked up an egg. So we're just gonna coat this up like that. Get in everywhere. That will give it a nice shine, and it'll also give the sesame seed something to stick onto. Don't be shy with this. Just pop it on like so. Get in everywhere. Now this thing will rise. It will rise. You'll be amazed. You'll be checking it out in the oven and you'll be going, Wow, check this thing. It's just growing. Let's just get into every little corner. Give it a nice basting. Nearly there. I think we're there. Okay. So, at this stage, we will sprinkle some of this parmesan. Now I'll try to get the parmesan in those middle lines. That was that parmesan that I said leave a little bit for the end. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. Oh my God, I've put a piece on, I've put some parmesan on the other parts that I'm not supposed to. It doesn't really matter. Okay, next, then on top, just go over the whole lot. Some sesame seeds. I'm addicted to this stuff, I love it. So that is pretty much where we're at. I'll see if I can get you a little bit more of a close-up on that. Like I said, don't worry about the sides because this will rise. So, 180 oven, probably 50 minutes because we've got a decent sized tray. And like I said, that bowl as an example is a decent sized bowl. You've got 1, 2.5. Oh, there's enough there. Like I said, if you go 2 pieces, 4, 6, you probably get 8. So like I said, anyway, even if you're feeding 6 people, you're going to have these big massive pieces and a little bit of salad. It's going to cost you under $20. You cannot go wrong. So anyway, into the oven. So guys, we've got it in the oven. I forgot to mention, just put it in the middle. It don't need to be too high, or you don't want it too high, too low. Just set it somewhere in the middle. Again, 180. And yep, we'll actually come back while it's getting or halfway cooked, just to show you the rising process, and we'll show you what it's like. So there we go, guys. So at this stage, as you can see, it's risen. Let me see if I can open this oven if it's any better. No, I'm getting steam. So that's pretty much where it's at the moment. That's why I said it will rise. And we've still got in this section here, so we've probably got about another 15-20 minutes, and that will be ready to take out of the oven. So you can smell it. The house smells like you know, one of those Italian pasticcera places. Beautiful. All right, guys, as you can see, we've got it out of the oven now. It has risen. It is hot as. So that's pretty much where we're at. So we got that nice, beautiful look on top. Very rusticy looking, but is perfectly done. It is perfect. So all we've got to do now, we'll let that rest for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That way we're able to cut all this up, and we'll serve it up. So we'll see you back in 15-20 minutes. That's it, we've taken it out the oven, and that's a big piece. Now like I said, if we come back over here. We've taken 1, 2, yeah. There's enough for 6 and left over. That's not an issue. Like I said, you probably at least get 8 decent pieces. Again, like I said, you're looking at around $18 to $20 for this whole pie. Let's have a better look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Can't go wrong. So that's a must try, guys. That's a must try. You've got to have one of these. Well, make one of these. Alright guys, so that's it. That was our 4 cheese tort. Hope you enjoyed that. We look forward to bringing some more videos out for you with some decent recipes at a decent price for you. Like I said, that was real cheap to make. Tasty dish as can be. What else can I say? Not much besides, if you like what you see, please like, share and subscribe. Sorry, I'm talking, I've still got food in my mouth because I just can't stop eating that thing. But yeah, like, share and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. So in the meantime, bang, we're out of here.